When the universe decides it's your season, even their curses turn into stepping stones. And when your blessings start moving, nothing and no one can outrun them, not even your enemies. They thought you were done. They really did. They thought the lies they spread would ruin you, that the doors they slammed shut would keep you locked out forever. They mistook your silence for surrender, your calm for weakness. But what they didn't realize is this: the universe was never ignoring you. It was stacking your blessings in silence. And now, Chosen One, as the scales shift and the energy cracks open, they are about to lose everything they stole, everything they built on your pain, while what's rightfully yours comes storming in like a tidal wave. They're not ready, but they don't have a choice. Before we go deeper, pause and anchor this moment. If your spirit is already on fire, if you feel this message in your bones, then like this video, subscribe to keep this signal moving, and drop the number 77 in the comments to claim what's already been set in motion for you. When you engage, you're not just helping this message spread, you're activating alignment across the algorithm. You're helping awaken more chosen ones to their timing. And believe me, this is your timing. Now let's get into it. You didn't lose. You were being aligned. While they celebrated early, while they mocked you, manipulated your name, sabotaged your opportunities, you were in the shadows, being fortified, not broken, not forgotten, refined. You see, the universe doesn't rush power. It doesn't deliver fragile blessings. It builds them in silence and then unleashes them in undeniable force. And that's exactly what's happening now. Your blessings have been assigned, sealed, and released. And the momentum coming for you, it's unstoppable. The truth they can't face is that your elevation is going to cost them. It's already costing them. Because what you're walking into now isn't just success, it's recovery, it's restoration, and everything they thought they could hoard from you is slipping through their fingers like sand. Their access is being revoked, their illusions are crumbling, because the power they thought they had over you was never real, it was borrowed. And now the universe is collecting the debt. You are not behind, you are not late. You are perfectly timed, and the moment your blessings arrive, it's not just a reward, it's a reckoning, it's divine realignment. That's why they're panicking, that's why they're distant. They can feel the shift before they can name it. Your name carries weight again, your presence disturbs again, because the energy around you has changed. You are no longer in survival mode, you're in receiving mode. And Chosen One, don't you dare shrink. Don't you dare second-guess what's coming. Stop asking, is it really for me? Yes, it is. You paid in pain. You grew in silence. You resisted the urge to become what they said you were. And because of that, you get the blessing and the proof. You get the restoration and the reputation. You get to rise and they get to watch. That's the part that haunts them. The fact that they have to witness what they tried to prevent, that every lie they told will be undone by your very existence, that your rise will say everything you never had to speak. So walk forward like it's already yours, because it is. And as your blessings come crashing in, remember this: you don't need revenge. The universe doesn't miss, and right now, it's delivering everything with your name stamped in fire. Let's begin. Number 1. The calm before their collapse. They thought your silence was surrender. It was the universe preparing the storm. Chosen One, this silence they're sitting in right now. It's not peace, it's pressure. It's the slow build before the crash. You feel it, they feel it. Something's off, something's shifting, but they can't name it. And that's what makes it worse. What they don't realize is that the silence they use to mock, the stillness they use to misread as weakness, is the exact thing that's about to unravel everything they built. Because what they never knew, what they refused to even consider, is that your silence wasn't surrender. It was strategy. While they ran their mouths, you observed. While they plotted, you prepared. While they clung to temporary power built on manipulation, you aligned yourself with something eternal. You stopped arguing. You stopped proving. And that's when everything started to shift in your favor. Quietly, invisibly, precisely. They mistook your absence for irrelevance. They thought your stillness meant they won. But what they failed to understand is this: chosen ones don't announce their moves, they become the move. And now, every fake alliance they built, every room they tried to keep you out of, every story they told to keep themselves on top, it's all collapsing under the weight of its own lies. You weren't the threat when you spoke. You became the threat the moment you stopped talking. They can't stop thinking about you. That's the irony. They thought cutting you off would erase you, but your absence only magnified your value. They remember how steady you were when everything got chaotic. They remember how your energy could shift a room before you even said a word. They remember how you saw through them and said nothing. And now, in the quiet moments, in the late-night spirals of self-reflection, your silence is the loudest voice in the room. You live in their guilt now, rent-free, and that's not petty, that's energy law. That's what happens when someone builds their confidence on the suppression of a chosen one. It doesn't last. It can't last. Look around. The ones who seemed untouchable, they're unraveling. The ones who had influence, clout, followers, favors, it's slipping. Behind closed doors, relationships are breaking, partnerships are folding, fake smiles are turning into exposed grudges. Why? Because their empire was built on sand, and the tide just pulled back. They weren't powerful. They were propped up, and the second the universe removed your energy from their equation, the mask fell off. Your presence was their stability, they just didn't know it. Ever wonder why so many people panic when you leave? Why they suddenly start spiraling when you detach? It's because they were feeding off your groundedness. They were leaning on your inner stillness to mask their inner chaos. You were the anchor, and when you cut the cord, their ship started sinking. Fast. Now their foundation is cracking, not because you wished them harm, but because they were never meant to stand on your back in the first place. Let's talk about energy. Let's talk about alignment. The universe doesn't bless those who climb by pushing others down. It doesn't protect those who win through sabotage. Every lie told on your name has a timestamp. Every manipulation they used to elevate themselves above you is now boomeranging back with interest. You were the lesson, and now they're in class, unprepared, exposed, and terrified of the final exam. Ask yourself this: why do they still watch you? Why do they still mention you in rooms you haven't entered in years? Why does your name still trigger them? Because you represent what they could never fake. Real power. The kind that doesn't need a spotlight. The kind that doesn't depend on applause. The kind that rises even when buried. Think of the greats: Malcolm, Maya, Nipsey, Lauryn Hill. They all went quiet at some point. They all were misunderstood, mocked, dismissed. But when they emerged from the silence, they didn't just speak. They shifted timelines. Their words carried weight because their stillness had depth. You are no different. You are in that lineage, not just of talent, but of timing. This moment, this silence, it's your setup, the pressure you feel. That's not anxiety, that's energy building. Your rise is not a maybe, it's an inevitable consequence of your alignment. You've already paid. You've already done the inner work, and now the external reality is adjusting to match your vibration. But it's not just about your rise, it's about their fall. Not because you want to see them lose, but because truth always wins. and lies eventually turn to ash. The universe is surgical with justice. It doesn't just remove the mask, it reverses the illusion. And soon, the same people who look down on you will be looking up, wondering how you passed them without saying a word. That's the beauty of transcendence. You don't have to fight. You don't have to clap back. You just keep rising and let the altitude reveal who was never built to breathe at your level. So stand tall in this silence. Don't mistake the stillness for stagnation. The storm is forming behind you, and it's made of blessings, breakthroughs, and receipts. And when it hits, it won't just lift you. It will level everything built against you. This is the calm before their collapse. And you are the eye of the storm. Number 2. They laughed too soon. Mockery ages fast when karma ages faster. They laughed, they rolled their eyes, they smirked behind your back and whispered in circles about how far you'd fallen, how quiet you got, how little you seemed to be doing. They said your time had passed. They said you peaked, if you ever peaked at all. They sat in their little cliques, drinking fake confidence like cheap wine, intoxicated by the illusion that you were done. They were so sure of your ending, they started rehearsing their own victory speeches. But chosen one, they laughed too soon. And now, that laughter is dying out. One awkward chuckle at a time, one side-eye at a time, one nervous glance toward your name, your face, your rise, because the truth is hitting them like a freight train they never saw coming. You weren't finished. You were just preparing. And the person they dismissed, the story they thought was over, is the one about to dominate every conversation they can't control. See, there's something dangerously arrogant about people who mock what they don't understand. They didn't realize the silence around your name wasn't a funeral. It was a pause, a sacred one, the kind that happens right before the biggest shift in the room. The kind of silence that comes when the universe is rearranging everything behind the scenes to position you exactly where they swore you'd never be. And now that the light is starting to break through, now that you're resurfacing, not as a copy of your old self, but as something greater, more focused, more powerful, those same voices, they're trembling, not out loud, of course. They're still pretending, still performing, but behind the scenes, in private corners, they're having quiet meltdowns because they clapped too early. They didn't realize you were the plot twist. They didn't know you were the comeback they'd have to choke on, that the very same mouth they used to speak down on you would have to eat those words in front of everyone they lied to. And oh, it's coming. That full circle moment where everything they said becomes the very stage for your next level. That's not coincidence. That's karma's favorite kind of art. Remember, karma doesn't just operate in punishment. It elevates the truth. And your rise isn't just about you being seen. It's about exposing the delusion they built around your downfall. When people mock chosen ones, they're not just making jokes. They're placing bets against the universe itself. And the universe doesn't forget who laughed when it was still writing the story. And let's talk about the mockery itself, the tone, the arrogance, the smugness. They thought they were safe to speak that way because you weren't there to check them, because you chose dignity, because you walked away, because you didn't react. And that's where they messed up. They mistook restraint for weakness. They mistook humility for submission. But you weren't bowing down, you were bowing out of their low frequency. You chose silence, but that silence was sacred. You chose peace, but that peace was power. You let them laugh because you knew something they didn't. The storm was coming, and it wasn't going to touch you. It was going to rearrange them. And now they hear your name and their stomach drops. Now, when you speak, they hold their breath, because everything they thought they understood about you no longer fits. Your energy is sharper, your boundaries are tighter, your presence is louder. You don't need revenge. You are the result, and nothing silences mockery faster than undeniable success. So yes, they laughed. But that laughter is brittle now, cracked, hollow, because they're starting to feel the pressure. They're starting to sense the collapse, and worst of all, they're starting to realize they gave you the perfect setup. Every insult, every joke, every fake smile was energy, and you turned that energy into fuel. You transmuted their noise into momentum, and now the spotlight is shifting, and you're standing in it with a glow they can't match. Let them squirm. Let them stumble over the stories they told. Let them pretend they always believed in you. Let them rewrite history in their heads to protect their egos. But you'll know exactly who they were when you were in the dark. And that knowing, that's the real flex. That's the power they can't erase, no matter how much they pretend to clap for you now. They laughed too soon. The joke has flipped. And you're just getting started. Number 3, the curse of watching you rise. Your success is their slow death. They never expected you to rise. Not really. They thought they did enough damage, said enough behind your back, pulled enough strings, sabotaged you with just enough silence and just enough smiles. They thought what they whispered in the dark would be loud enough to echo in your downfall. But instead, all of it, every bit, has become background noise to your elevation. And now they sit back and watch the one thing they never prepared for, you winning. But this isn't just about you succeeding. No, this is personal. This is spiritual. This is uncomfortable for them, because your success isn't just success. It's exposure. Every blessing you step into, every room you walk into now, every door that opens for you. It screams back everything they tried to bury. Every step up you take is a step deeper into their nightmare, not because you're attacking them, but because the truth is loud, and they're finally being forced to hear it. You are the mirror. That's what they can't escape. They aren't haunted by your actions. They're haunted by the fact that you're still here, unbothered, glowing, evolving. Their energy was spent trying to break you, yet here you are, thriving, shifting, expanding. It wasn't supposed to go this way. You weren't supposed to recover. You weren't supposed to glow up. You weren't supposed to attract abundance, community, power, peace. You were supposed to crumble, but instead you transformed. And now they're stuck watching a story unfold where their part is fading and your spotlight keeps growing. It's the kind of torment that doesn't scream. It lingers, quiet, constant, unavoidable. Because they see you in their timeline, they hear your name in conversations they're not leading, they see your energy move through spaces they thought belonged to them, and every bit of it stings. Why? Because every time you rise, they're reminded of what they tried to destroy and failed. You are proof that intention alone isn't enough to stop alignment, that even a room full of opposition can't block a blessing with your name on it. And here's the part that really burns. You didn't just recover, you elevated without their validation, without their help, without needing to clap back. You didn't expose them, your existence did. Let's be honest, your rise isn't loud, but it's unignorable. It has weight, it disrupts, and that disruption is their curse, because while you're growing, they're shrinking inside. Not because you took something from them, but because your evolution forces them to confront what they never became. They see you healing from wounds they helped create, and that's spiritual punishment. Watching you become the version of yourself they hoped would never exist is the slowest, most painful karma of all. This is the price of playing against a chosen one. When the universe marks someone for greatness, you can lie, slander, exclude, manipulate. but all you're doing is signing up for front row seats to a show you can't stop. That's not revenge, that's alignment. And alignment doesn't just lift the chosen, it exposes the fake. They're starting to realize that now. You can feel it, in the way they avoid your gaze, in the way they stay quiet when your name comes up, in the way they double back on social media, lurking in silence, eyes wide, ego cracked. Because deep down, they're asking the question they'll never say out loud: how are they still rising? And the answer is simple. Because you were never built on the same foundation. You weren't feeding off gossip. You weren't thriving on control. You were growing in the dark, rooted in truth, anchored in alignment, backed by the universe. That's why they can't stop watching, because there's nothing more painful than seeing the person you once dismissed become the person you now can't ignore. Your face is the one they can't scroll past. Your wins are the ones they can't minimize. Your energy is the one they can't match. And the most devastating part for them, you're not even done. You're still becoming, still expanding, still unlocking, still stepping into rooms they'll never reach. Not because you're better, but because you chose the light they ran from. And now, every single blessing that lands in your life is a reminder that they didn't just lose access to you, they lost access to who they could have become if they had walked in truth instead of ego. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them burn in the quiet recognition that they did everything to stop you, and all they did was fuel the fire. Because your rise isn't just a win, it's a slow, inevitable, echoing reminder that they tried to curse a chosen one, and failed. Number 4, they touched the wrong energy. Trying to curse a chosen one is like punching lightning. Regret is instant. They thought it was just another target, just another person to manipulate, lie about, exclude, sabotage, or humiliate. Just another ego trip, just another power play. But what they didn't realize, what they never factored in, is that they weren't just playing games with you. They were coming up against energy they had no business messing with. They weren't poking a person, they were provoking a force. Chosen one, let's get this straight. When they moved against you, they didn't just disrespect you, they violated universal alignment. You weren't put here to blend in. You were put here as a disruptor, a truth holder, a breaker of generational illusions. Your path is not casual. It's cosmic, and the universe protects what it places with intention. They touched the wrong one, and now they're feeling the backlash. Subtle at first, losses that don't make sense, relationships that deteriorate out of nowhere, tension they can't shake, guilt they can't swallow. That's not coincidence. That's not bad luck. That's the spiritual invoice being delivered. Because when someone goes after a chosen one, the universe doesn't just step in. It balances the scales with interest. You don't need to retaliate. You never did. That's why you stayed quiet. That's why you didn't clap back. Because your silence was never weakness. It was protection. The universe knew what they were doing, even when you didn't have the full picture. And now that the energy has looped back around, it's hitting hard. The kind of hits they can't trace. The kind they can't lie their way out of. Because what's breaking down in their life isn't from you. It's from the imbalance they created when they came for someone they were never meant to touch. Trying to curse a chosen one is like punching lightning. You don't win, you burn. You carry protection they'll never see, ancestors behind you, universal timing around you, a light within you that shatters illusions. You don't just walk into rooms, you shift atmospheres. You don't just speak, you activate timelines. That's why your presence disturbs them so deeply. It's not about what you say, it's about what you carry. And when they tried to curse you, they weren't just clashing with you, they were clashing with every unseen force that's ever walked with you. That's not just foolish, that's spiritually suicidal. They thought you wouldn't bounce back. They thought the smear campaigns, the gossip, the gaslighting would stick. But not only did you survive, it triggered your transformation. Because what they meant for destruction, the universe turned into development. The pain became instruction. The betrayal became acceleration. And now, you're not just recovering, you're glowing. You're stepping into the exact version of yourself their fear was trying to prevent. And here's what burns the most for them. You didn't lose your integrity. You didn't stoop to their level. You didn't trade your peace for revenge. You let the universe handle it, and it did. Now they're looking around at the chaos, the failures, the tension, wondering why things aren't working like they used to. But deep down, some part of them knows they touched the wrong one. Because when the universe assigns a soul to bring truth, to shift collective energy, to lead from the frequency of clarity, it surrounds them with unseen armor. You might look unprotected on the outside, but chosen one, your energy is fortified. Attacks don't break you, they boomerang, and the longer they deny it, the worse it gets. That's why some of them are sick. That's why their relationships are cracking. That's why their spirit feels heavy. Because the energy they tried to dump on you, it never landed. It rebounded. You don't have to say a word. Your survival speaks for itself. Your peace haunts them. Your joy infuriates them. Your elevation exposes them. Let that be their lesson. Because the next time they think about throwing dirt on your name, they'll remember what it cost the last time. The universe is undefeated in handling its chosen ones, and you, yes, you, are one of them. So stand firm. You don't owe them fear. You don't owe them forgiveness on their terms. What you owe is truth, and the truth is this: their curses didn't work, their energy didn't stick, their plans didn't win. Why? Because they touched the wrong one. And now they're learning. You don't curse a chosen one, you pay for it. Number 5. The universe was always keeping score. You forgot. The universe didn't. Chosen one, let's make something painfully clear right now. You may have tried to move on. You may have buried the pain. You may have forgiven even when no apology ever came. You might have told yourself, it's fine, I'll let it go. And maybe you even did. But don't confuse your healing with the universe forgetting. Because while you were focusing on growing, while you were taking the higher road, while you were learning how to breathe again through betrayal and burn scars, the universe, it was watching everything, recording everything, weighing everything. Nothing slipped through. Every time they lied on your name just to elevate their own. Every time they excluded you on purpose, then played dumb. Every time they smiled in your face and twisted the knife the moment you turned your back. Every moment you bit your tongue to keep the peace while they reveled in your silence. Every betrayal has been documented. You see, the universe doesn't operate on your timeline. It moves on truth's timeline. And truth isn't in a rush, but it is inevitable. You forgot some of the things they did. You pushed them deep down because you didn't want to carry that weight anymore. You focused on healing, on rebuilding. But the universe, it kept the receipts. And now the scales are tipping. That weight is shifting. Not onto you, but onto them. Because for every time you were forced to shrink, they're now facing the pressure of your expansion. For every time they thought they got away with it, the universe was just letting the interest grow. This isn't karma moving slow. This is justice moving smart. You ever wonder why certain people are starting to struggle? Why the ones who once looked untouchable are falling apart behind closed doors? Why tension is building in places that used to feel safe for them? It's not drama. It's not bad luck. It's accountability. Quiet, divine, precise. They thought it was over. They thought it was done. They believed their manipulation was clever enough to go unnoticed, that they would never have to answer for what they did to you. And the worst part? Some of them convinced themselves you deserved it. That's how twisted they were in their ego and denial. But what they didn't know is that while they were playing dirty, you were planting blessings. Because every time you chose to take the high road, the universe added to your balance. Every time you decided to move in integrity when no one was watching, it increased the value of your future. Every time you stood tall in silence while your name was being dragged, the universe took note. It may have looked like nothing was happening, but everything was being counted. And now the balance is due. Now the blessings are rolling in. Now the tables are turning, not because you force them, but because truth always realigns the room. Let this be your confirmation. The silence wasn't absence, it was strategy. You were never abandoned, you were never overlooked, you were being preserved. While they were out front, chasing validation and collecting applause, you were being pulled back so you could be launched further. That quiet season, it was never punishment, it was preparation. They thought they won because nothing happened, but the universe is patient, and now it's your time. Not just to be seen, but to be restored. Not just to succeed, but to be vindicated. Not just to rise, but to rise with proof. This is justice on a cosmic level. And if you're wondering why it's all happening now, why the momentum is building so suddenly, it's because the scales have finally balanced. This isn't a random good season. This is the return on the energy you've been putting out into the world for years. And the same universe that saw every tear, every sacrifice, every lonely night, every deep breath you had to take to keep from screaming, that same universe is now rewarding you in full. So don't feel guilty for the blessings dropping into your lap. Don't second guess why things are finally aligning. Don't ask, why me, when everything you've ever needed begins to show up. You earned this. Not through manipulation, not through deceit, but through alignment. And as for those who thought they were getting away with it, let them sit in their confusion. Let them try to figure out why nothing is working the way it used to. Let them call it karma, or coincidence, or bad luck. You and I both know the truth. They forgot, but the universe never did. Number 6. Stop doubting the light that scares them. You dimmed yourself for people who couldn't handle daylight. Chosen One, we need to have a serious conversation, not with the people who hurt you, not with the enemies who tried to break you, with you. Because somewhere along the way, you started shrinking. You started second-guessing yourself. You started wondering if maybe, just maybe, you were the problem. Maybe you were too intense, too sensitive, too deep, too quiet, too loud, too different, too much. But let me tell you something that might sting a little before it sets you free. You were never the problem. The problem was the people around you trying to survive in darkness, and your light made them nervous. You didn't scare them because you were broken. You scared them because you were bright. And bright things reveal what dim ones try to hide. You didn't fail them. They failed themselves when they refused to rise to your level, when they chose comfort over growth, when they clung to control and ego instead of surrendering to truth. Your presence, it activated pressure in them. It mirrored back the parts of themselves they weren't ready to face. And instead of rising with you, they tried to shrink you. And worse, you let them. You dulled yourself to keep their insecurities at ease. You softened your tone so they wouldn't feel small. You swallowed your instincts just to maintain peace in rooms where you were already unwelcome. You let your boundaries stretch until they snapped. You told yourself, maybe I am too much. But let's be honest, what you were really saying was, maybe they're right. They weren't. They were afraid. Because light exposes. And your light? It reveals things people spend their entire lives hiding. That's why people switch up around you. That's why the energy gets weird when you enter the room. That's why some people who liked you in theory suddenly pulled away when they got close enough to feel the weight of your presence. It's not because you did something wrong. It's because you carry truth. And truth is heavy to those who built their identity on lies. But here's where it gets real. This isn't about them anymore. This is about you waking up and reclaiming what you've been trying to downplay for too long. Because, let's be honest, you know who you are. You know your intuition is sharp. You know your energy shifts rooms. You know you've seen through people before they even spoke. You've known things you shouldn't know, felt things you couldn't explain, moved in ways that made no sense until the universe confirmed you were right all along. And yet, you've still questioned it, still asked for signs, still begged for confirmation, still looked around for someone to validate what you already knew in your bones. Why? Because you were surrounded by people who didn't want you to know your own power. Because once you own it, they can't manipulate it. Because once you trust it, they can't use your doubt as leverage. And now, that time is over. Stop doubting the light that makes them uncomfortable. Stop apologizing for the gift that reveals the truth. Stop contorting yourself to fit into spaces that can't even handle your shadow, let alone your glow. You weren't sent here to be digestible. You weren't sent here to blend in. You were sent here to illuminate, to disrupt, to shift atmospheres just by existing. You are not paranoid. You are perceptive. You are not too much. You are too real. You are not broken. You are tuned in. You are not lost. You are hidden in plain sight until it's your time to shine. And guess what? It's your time now. No more dimming, no more apologizing, no more asking people who've never seen the sun to understand your shine. You're not here to make them comfortable. You're here to be undeniable. So stand in your light, all of it. Let them flinch, let them fade, let them say you've changed. They're right, you have changed. You've remembered who you are. And that light? It's no longer up for debate. It's your weapon. It's your protection. It's your birthright. Stop doubting it. Start owning it. Number 7. You were never meant to blend in. You're not here to be understood. You're here to be undeniable. Chosen one, you've spent too much time trying to make sense to people who were never meant to understand you. You've twisted yourself into shapes that didn't fit, watered down your truth, nodded politely in rooms that should have been shaken by your presence. And why? To belong, to be liked, to avoid the discomfort of being misunderstood. Let me free you from that trap once and for all. You were never sent here to blend in. You were never designed to be relatable. You're not a copy-paste version of what's expected. You are a disruptor, coded for collision. You were built to shift atmospheres, not settle into them. Your presence carries frequency, weight, impact. You walk into rooms and the energy adjusts itself. And yet for so long, you questioned yourself because you weren't clicking with the crowd. You mistook disconnection for rejection. But in reality, it was confirmation. Because chosen ones don't follow energy, they generate it. You're not weird, you're wired differently. You don't see the world the same because you weren't meant to. Your vision reaches farther. Your instincts are sharper. Your sense of timing is divine. And no matter how much you try to play small, the truth is, you were born to stand out in ways that can't be explained, only witnessed. And yes, that's uncomfortable, because this world worships conformity and calls it unity. It punishes difference and labels it too much. But your difference isn't a defect. It's a signal, a signature, an announcement to the system that a breaker of patterns has arrived. And trust me, they feel it. People feel when a chosen one steps in the room. They feel the tension shift. The illusion they built around their identity starts to tremble, and they don't know why. That's not you being intimidating. That's your alignment speaking. And the only people who'll ever be truly threatened by your energy are the ones who benefit from your silence. So let's stop pretending like being misunderstood is something to fix. It's not a problem, it's a badge of purpose. Every chosen one that came before you, Einstein, Tesla, Nina Simone, Malcolm X, Toni Morrison, Frida Kahlo, none of them blended in. They were labeled strange, intense, defiant, and yet they didn't shrink, they didn't soften. They stood in their power until the world was forced to make room for them. That's your call too, to stop bending just to be accepted, to stop masking your depth just so surface-level people don't feel insecure. You weren't built for the shallow end. You weren't born to walk the middle of the road with everyone else. Your path is narrow and it's divinely tailored. Yes, they'll misunderstand you. Yes, they'll talk. Yes, some will walk away. Let them. You are not here to be digestible. You're here to be disruptive. You are not here to be comfortable. You're here to be remembered. You are not here to blend into a crowd. You're here to shift the vibration of the entire room. Stop asking, why can't they see me? The better question is, why do I keep trying to be seen by people who aren't even looking in the right direction? Your tribe, the ones who speak your frequency, they will find you. But they can't find you if you're hiding in a costume you were never meant to wear. They can't align with your truth if you keep burying it under filters, tone downs, and masks. You don't need to scream to be heard. You don't need to perform to be felt. You just need to show up authentically, unapologetically, undeniably. The universe did not waste its time shaping you in silence just for you to dilute yourself for mass approval. That discomfort you feel when you play small, that's your soul revolting. That's your higher self reminding you, you weren't sent here to blend. You were sent here to stand out, to lead, to shift, to activate. So take up space, walk loud, speak your truth. Let your energy be too much for the room, because if your presence doesn't shake something, it's not your room. And never forget, you weren't meant to be understood. You were meant to be undeniable. Number 8, they're losing what they tried to steal from you. The tables didn't turn. They flipped, shattered, and reset under your feet. Chosen one, let's call it what it is. They stole from you, not just your time, not just your credit. They tried to rob you of your voice, your momentum, your name, your purpose. They saw your light before you even fully recognized it, and instead of rising with you, they schemed to rise on top of you. They fed off your energy while pretending to cheer for you, smiling while they siphoned, nodding while they plotted. And for a while, it worked. They got the recognition. They got the opportunities. They got the room, the praise, the favor. But what they didn't understand, what they refused to understand, is that stolen energy comes with a curse. Because the universe doesn't reward theft, it collects. And now the debt is being called in. They're losing everything they built on top of your name. The connections are fading, the fake confidence is cracking, the charm that once fooled people isn't working like it used to. Their influence is shrinking, their masks are slipping, and they're too confused to understand what's happening because they thought what they took from you would last forever. It won't. It was never theirs to keep. They thought they could block your path and build their kingdom on the pieces of your breakdown. But the tables didn't turn. They flipped, shattered in slow motion, and now it's you rising from the rubble while they sink beneath the weight of their own karma. Because here's what they missed. What they tried to steal wasn't just tangible, it was spiritual. It was divinely assigned, and when you try to intercept what the universe handcrafted for someone else, you don't walk away blessed, you walk away cursed. They're haunted now, not by you, but by the truth they tried to rewrite, by the guilt they buried, by the fear that maybe, just maybe, the universe was always watching. And it was. While they were stealing opportunities, the universe was storing yours. While they were faking roles, the universe was building your throne. And now it's being released, not gently, but violently, with force, with fire, with clarity. Everything they gained from your pain is being stripped away, piece by piece, publicly, privately, relentlessly. Because when a chosen one reclaims their space, the system resets. What was stolen must be returned. What was buried must be raised. What was twisted must be untangled. So don't you dare question what's happening. This isn't luck. This is justice, and it's arriving exactly when it's meant to. They're losing what they tried to steal from you, because it was never theirs to hold. And now the universe is putting it back where it belongs. Number 9, walk like it's already yours. Blessings chase those who walk like they're already claimed. Chosen one, it's time to stop asking for what's already yours. Stop waiting for permission. Stop tiptoeing around your own power. Stop holding your breath, waiting for a sign to go all in. This is the sign. This is the moment. This is the line in the sand where you stop begging and start owning. Your blessings are not on the way. They are here, circling you, orbiting you, waiting for you to rise to their level. The only reason some doors haven't opened yet is because you're still knocking like you're a stranger to your own destiny. You're not a visitor. You're not an outsider. You're the one the room was waiting for. You've already paid the price. With silence, with sacrifice, with solitude, with heartbreak, with late nights where you had to hold yourself together because no one else could. The universe watched you walk through fire without asking for sympathy, and now it's sending everything you were built for, but it won't deliver it to a version of you that still questions your worth. You have to walk like it's already yours, not out of arrogance, but out of alignment, out of knowing, out of the undeniable truth that you're not here by accident. You didn't stumble into this power. You survived into it. You earned this presence, this knowing, this glow that rattles the insecure and comforts the real. So why are you still playing small? Why are you second-guessing moves you were born to make? Why are you asking for confirmation from people who couldn't see your value if it slapped them in the face? Every time you hesitate, you slow down your own momentum. Every time you apologize for taking up space, you teach the universe that you're not ready to hold more. It's time to stop that. From this moment forward, you walk like your name is already on it, like the opportunity already has your signature, like the blessing was tailor-made for your hands, because it was. The energy you move with teaches the world how to treat you. And when you move like you've already claimed it, reality starts to bend around that certainty. This is not delusion. This is spiritual posture. Walk like you're the one they can't replace. Because you are. Walk like the door will open, because it has to. Because it will. Walk like every room you enter was waiting on your frequency to activate it. Because it was. They can doubt. Let them. They can whisper. Let them. You're done waiting. Your blessings are not running from you. They're chasing you. So walk like they already caught up. And claim what's been yours from the start. And now, Chosen One, you know exactly what time it is. This isn't the beginning of your rise. It's the confirmation of it. Everything they said you'd never have, everything they tried to block, everything you were forced to wait for, is here. No more doubt, no more delay. Walk like it's already yours, because it is. If this message hit your spirit, like this video, subscribe to stay connected, and drop the number 77 in the comments to claim your season. And share this with another chosen one. The universe is waking us up together. Let's rise. Let's walk. Let's own it.